What's going on, everyone? My name is Jishing. We're doing another Pokemon challenge video. Previously we did a pretty tough one, seeing if we could beat Pokemon Leaf Green with shinies only. But this time we've got a solo Pokemon challenge coming up, seeing if we can beat Pokemon Platinum with a Carvanha only. Now, the challenge of using Carvanha is this god-awful defensive stat. Some of the worst defensive stats in the game. If it gets hit by a special effective move, it's going down. But fortunately, he's got the 90 base attack, and he has a lot of physical attacking moves that it can learn, so hopefully we can use that to our advantage, and hopefully we can one-shot everything before they take us out. Now, we gotta look at some of the rules before we get into this challenge. No items in battle, and we can only use Carvanha in battle. I definitely think that we're gonna get one-shot a lot, and we're probably gonna have to grind to level 100, but honestly, we're just gonna have to see how this video goes. So now let's get right into the challenge. So we're gonna start off, as we always do, naming ourselves G-String. That is my name. That is how we roll. After that, we're going to have to get into naming our rival. I was very unsure what to name him, as I am always, but I figured I might as well name him Goku. Now, he doesn't look like the normal Goku. Looks kind of like the Super Saiyan Goku. But nevertheless, that's going to be his name. We're going to be battling Goku throughout this entire video. And we start off by opening up Professor Birch's briefcase, not choosing Chimchar, mistaking this Piplup for Carvanha, but actually picking up Carvanha anyway, and getting into our very first rival battle. Now, he's got Turtwig. I figured, like always, that because it's special effective against us, it's going to be the biggest challenge, but fortunately we end up taking it out, no problem, at the beginning of this challenge. We get to name it. I end up naming it Antivax, since basically you sneeze on it, it's going to die at this point with these defensive stats that it has. So that's going to be the name. We're going to be having Antivax throughout this entire video. He's going to be, well, she's going to be our Carvanha. So we start off by taking out Goku's Starly and taking out his Turtwig in the second rival battle and leveling up to level 9. And we're starting off pretty well, not having to over level or anything, which is a positive start. But unfortunately, God, it was pretty tough. We were getting almost one-shot by a lot of the Pokemon at the beginning of this game. Fortunately, we end up finding the first gym leader in the mines, and we start off battling him, and it does not go well. I was a little bit ambitious going into this. Didn't realize that we had to level up a little bit more than what we were at currently. Got to the Onix, but it was still taking us out. We almost hold on and defeat this Onix, but unfortunately, it hits us with a rock throw and takes us out. Fortunately, the fifth time around when we battle Rourke, we end up taking out the Geodude by freezing it, not taking any damage, and taking out the Onix, which allowed us to one-shot this Cranidos with a critical hit. A little bit of more of a struggle than I anticipated, but I figured because the defense is going to be low that we're not going to be able to do as well. We get this Works Key so we can go battle the Team Galactic leader right here, and this was a lot more challenging than I thought. I mean, she's got Blue Lizzo out here in this Purgly, and this thing was just absolutely crushing us. We couldn't do anything, so we had to go out and grind a little bit more. Another thing that's not very helpful about this game is a lot of the grass Pokemon in the grass, are not very high leveled, so even when we came back into level 22, we were still getting beat by the Purgly. We weren't really able to do a lot of damage, but like I was saying, a lot of these Pokemon in the grass are significantly underleveled, so it takes a lot of grinding. You have to take out a lot of Pokemon to gain up even just one level. Also, Carvanha has the slow growth rate, so it levels up at a slower rate than most Pokemon do. Fortunately, we were able to get to level 25 and just hold on with 5 HP to take out the Purgly. Got a little bit of that rough skin damage. It's a little bit lucky, I'm not going to lie, but we'll take what we can get. We have god-awful defense at this point in the game, and that's never going to change. So this scientist gets his daughter back, and we eventually have to lead this girl through the forest, but we get a Soothe Bell. Doesn't really do anything for us. But I was going to be ambitious and go to battle Gardenia for the first attempt at the gym, and basically didn't go very well. We were getting one shot. We just don't have the stats to be able to take a Magical Leaf from a 120 base special attacker like Roserade. So we're going to have to go out and level up a little bit. We also meet Cyrus on the way out, progressing the story a little bit more, but this is the most unenjoyable part of every run, is having to battle all these things for hours at a time just to get levels up, and most of the time we end up getting beat. But before we go back to challenge it at level 30, we meet Cynthia, everyone's favorite anime girl. I would post some of the fan art, but it's a little bit suspect to say the least. And again, we still can't beat this Roserade at level 30, so we go back out and grind and get to level 33. We take out Turtwig, no problem. We take out the Cherubim with one shot, and the Roserade, we get a little bit of health on it, but we take a second Ice Fang to it, holding on with 2 HP and defeating Gardenia and getting the Grass Gym Badge. We go to the Team Galactic hideout, and we take out the Team Galactic leader. Don't really know her name, she's not really important. Oh, her name's Jupiter, excuse me. But we get this egg from Cynthia, which we're not going to use, it turns out being a Togepi. But we're moving on to Fantina. She is the 3rd gym leader. I think she has Darker Ghost type Pokemon, which is very fortunate because we have Crunch, which means we basically get to one-shot her entire team. No problem. Even though we are confused for a majority of this battle, we take out all of our Pokemon without a hitch, which gives us the 3rd gym badge. Finally, we went to a gym where we didn't have to grind forever, which is great because we had to end up grinding a ton after this battle because we were just getting destroyed by this Growl right here. Its Razor Leaf was taking us out, and even when we got past it, Goku's Bazil was taking us out with Quick Attack most of the time. We get very fortunate on this run at level 43. We were able to take out both of his Pokemon with very little damage, and once we get to the Ponytail, we can just one-shot it. And that was quite a difficult battle. I had to go back into the grass a bunch. Oh, also we hatched the Togepi and we named an egg, of course. How appropriate to name Togepi a hatched egg. We move on to the 4th gym in Veilstone City, Maylene. She's fighting, which worries me a lot because we're 2 times weak to fighting. But we fortunately took out her first 2 Pokemon. It was just this Lucario. Its Drain Punch was absolutely destroying us. We're at level 50, and we finally get some hits on Lucario, but he's still taking us out with those punches. Focus and Drain Punch. Level 53, we're still getting taken out. It took us all the way to level 56 to be able to hold on enough to take it out in 2 hits. I'm telling you, this challenge was getting a little bit on my nerve because basically our defense was like I said at the beginning, we could get sneezed on and we were getting destroyed. We got another rival battle here with Goku. We take out Starivia right here. This is a pretty clean sweep for a rival battle. This is the first clean sweep we actually had. We were at a high enough level so that we're faster than everything and they can't take us out, so it was a nice clean sweep right there, finally for once getting a break. And we gotta move on to Crasher Wake. He is the 5th gym leader in Pastoria City. He's just a water type. Considering we're water and most of his moves aren't going to be super effective, I wasn't really worried. We're going in, so we hit Gyarados with the Crunch. We got Quagsire. We took out Floatzel, getting down to a low amount of health and taking him out with the Rough Skin, the great move that we have, and we are allowed ourselves another win in the 5th gym badge. Progressing with the story, we gotta help cure these Psyducks from their god-awful headache, probably from watching me grind this whole time, and good old Cynthia comes and congratulates us by giving us the old charm so we can go in and find the ruins. But before we do anything, we have to battle Cyrus for the first time. He starts out with a Sneasel, we take it out with a couple Crunches. He's got Mukra, we take it out with an Ice Fang, and his Golbat is also taken out with an Ice Fang. Having a pretty wide variety of moves is very helpful, considering we don't have many gimmicky stall or damage doing moves, so the fact that we have physical attacking moves is very helpful. But this rival battle was such a pain. He had a Heracross, and that thing is dirty. It just takes us out. It has really good attack. It's pretty quick, so we had to go out and grind again. I didn't want to throw all the grinding footage in here because it would probably make the video 30 minutes long, honestly. And I don't want to speed it up too much because it kind of gives me like PTSD from watching all this happen. And I know it's not always the most exciting things to watch, but I like to throw it in there every once in a while, show you what I've had to go through. So we take out Starivia this time again. We had 9 HP and were able to take out the Heracross. We were also able to take out the Torterra with 9 HP left. But I know that once we get to the Floatzel, we are not going to be able to stand a chance because it has quick attack. And it ends up taking us out. We get to level 65. We still can't take it out. It's too quick for us. We get very lucky on this last round at level 65. We freeze the Heracross, have enough health, and end up using a Crunch and taking out Floatzel to finally get past our rival and move on to Byron, the 6th gym leader. He has a Steel type gym, which basically means that we're going to be able to run right through it. We've got Water. Water is pretty super effective against a lot of Steel Pokemon, and that's exactly what we do. We get right done and dusted with this gym, but unfortunately there's a big explosion on TV. But before we can deal with that explosion on TV, we gotta go battle Candace, the 7th gym leader in Snow Point City. She starts off with a Sneasel. We hit it with a Crunch, but the rough skin ends up taking it out. We take out Abomasnow with a couple of crunches, take out Polyswine with some more crunching, and take out the Frostlass. Also, if you notice, we're at level 70 at this point in the game. I never thought that I would have to be at level 70 to get through 7 gyms in the Pokemon game, but again, here we are. We gotta battle Cyrus again. He starts off with the Sneasel, we take it out. We take out the Honchkrow with Ice Fang, and we take out Crobat again with Ice Fang. So far Cyrus has not posed too much of a threat. Unfortunately, Saturn, the other commander of Team Galactic, was very difficult. He had this Toxicroak right here. It was just absolutely destroying us. It was one-shotting us with this Brick Break every single time, and we got god-awful defense at this point. So we had to grind all the way up to level 75 to be able to one-shot it with Surf, so that we could eventually take out the Bronzor and release the 3 legendaries. We climb up the mountain. We've battled some Team Galactic members, which means we are able to move on to Cyrus, but unfortunately Giratina shows up, and we've got to go save his butt by hopping in the Distortion World, moving around, and eventually finding Cyrus and having to battle him again. Unlike many of the other times, though, this was a very, very difficult battle. It was a F in the chat for the boys because this Weevil was taking us out a bunch. We had to grind all the way up to level 85 just to take it out. We take out his Gyarados, though, take out his Honchkrow, and eventually take out his Crobat. This was a lot more painful than I wanted it to be, but we got it done at level 85. Oh yeah, also we ended up catching Giratina. Just for the shits and giggles of it, why not? We're not going to be able to actually use it, but I figure we might as well catch it. I mean, we've got the Master Ball. I don't know what else we're going to use it on. So after that, we leave the Distortion World, and we go ahead and battle Volkner, the 8th and final gym leader. I was, again, a little bit concerned because he has an electric team. I was hoping that I would be at a high enough level to be able to outspeed all of his Pokemon. And fortunately, I was right. I was able to take out all of his Pokemon in 1 or 2 shots. Even this Electivire right here took it out with a 1 crunch, and that was it. That is the 8th and final gym badge. But before we battle the Elite Four, we have arguably the most awful battle. We got another F in the chat for the boys because we just could not get past him at level 86. At level 88, we finally got past the Staravia, but of course Heracross is going to just absolutely destroy us. So that means it's time to go back to the grinding table. At this point, I was so fed up. I could not have it at this point. I really just wanted to get past this. I knew that the Elite Four was going to be much easier than this rival battle, but I just couldn't get past it. Even at level 90, I wasn't able to take out Heracross, even with the rough skin damage. Finally, at level 95, we're able to take it out with the Surf, take out Torterra with Ice Fang, take out his Floatzel with Crunch, and take out his Snorlax with a quick Aqua Jet, moving on to his Rapidash and one-shotting that as well. So like I predicted, we're going to basically have to one-shot everything. So we're going to look at the stats. We ended up grinding up to level 100. I figured I was going to need it. We have 78 defense, which is god-awful for a level 100 Pokemon, but we're just going to have to see how it goes. Hopefully we're able to be fast enough and hit hard enough to take out the entire Elite Four with one Pokemon, as weak as we are. Well, let's get right into it. We've got to battle the Elite Four right here. We're starting off with Aaron. He is a Bug-type Elite Four member. He leads us off, but fortunately, we are able to just basically one-shot his entire team. We had no problem here. We took out everything with that Waterfall and Ice Beam. I ended up teaching it a couple moves because I figured we were going to need the extra power to sweep through the entire Elite Four. Hopefully I was right. We were able to sweep through the entire Elite Four. This Drapion right here is taken out with 2 hits. It's the only non-one shot of this entire team. And we move on to the second Elite Four member, Bertha right here. She has a ground type team, which basically means that, again, we're going to be one-shotting the whole team because we have the perfect moveset for ground types. This Gliscor comes out, we hit it with an Ice Beam. The Golem comes out, we're going to Waterfall it. We're going to Waterfall the Rhyperior and Waterfall the Hippowdon. So again, we are doing an absolutely wonderful job in this Elite Four. I'm very glad I went to level 100. I know it wasn't necessarily needed considering that I probably had the stats to take out everything, but I just did not want to take the risk. I'd rather just get through it all and just make the process a lot easier and not have to keep going back and grinding. But again, we're a water type, so we're going to take out Flint's entire fire team with ease, and we're going to move on to Lucian, the 4th Elite Four member. He's got a psychic team, and fortunately we have a dark type move, Crunch, so again, this is not going to be too much of an issue for us. And considering we're level 100 with a pretty decent attack, we ended up sweeping this entire team as well. I'm very happy that the Elite Four ended up being a lot easier than apparently the rest of the game, because it finally made the grind worth it, and we are able to move on to Cynthia, the champion, and hopefully this battle would go as well as the other ones in the Elite Four has done. But let's get right into it. We got to battle the champion, Miss Beautiful, anime, big titty girl, Cynthia herself. She starts off with the Spiritomb. We take it out with a one-shot with Waterfall. She sends out Roserade. We take it out one shot with an Ice Beam. It's super effective. Lucario comes in. I'm a little bit worried about it because it's a fighting type, but we fortunately take it out with Waterfall. Togekiss comes out. That's no problem. We take it out with Ice Beam. We get a lucky freeze, so it can't hit us, so we take it out. Garchomp, Dragon type, Ice attack. Take it out, and Milotic is her final Pokemon, and we take it out with a Crunch. Just kidding, it just holds on, but we take it out by hitting it with a Aqua Jet and finishing it off with a second Crunch. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is the Elite Four over with. That is the champion Cynthia defeated, and we are now the champions of the Sinnoh region. When I first started this challenge, I did not think it was going to take level 100 to end up clean sweeping the entire Elite Four. I genuinely didn't know if we're going to be able to do it. I thought it was going to be incredibly close at the end, but it ended up being a lot different in the end of it all. So there is us as the champion of the Sinnoh region with our Carvanha right there. 42 hours played. I told you guys it was a pain in the ass. That's it for the video, guys. If you want to leave a suggestion for the next video, please leave it down in the comment section. If you want to keep up with my other videos, click on the playlist or subscribe to my channel, and follow my Twitter to get updated on when I will be uploading new videos. But besides that, thank you all for watching. I will see you guys later.